Here's what I notice most often when leaderships are bumping up against accountability. It's that difficult conversations are failing because leaders are only using half of their emotional intelligence skills. Their empathy is overrated and their assertiveness is the missing skill. The solution that many leaders will look for is a framework, an accountability framework. Oftentimes, these come in acronyms. And many of the leaders that I've coached have found a framework and then have admitted to the fact that the framework doesn't work. But the problem isn't that the framework itself doesn't work. The problem is within the framework, when it's time to move from empathy to assertiveness, the leader gets stuck. Leaders rely on empathy and self-regulation because what has occurred over the last 5-10 years is that empathy has become this corporate darling. Without assertiveness, though, empathy creates avoidance, burnout, resentment, and it ignores courage, clarity, assertive truth telling. And when you're in difficult conversations around accountability, you need both. You need empathy and assertiveness. But then you also need the bridge between the two of them. And when I refer to the bridge, I'm talking about tactical empathy. The question to ask is, what if the missing emotional intelligence skill around performance management, difficult conversations, accountability are the ones that feel uncomfortable? What if empathy is actually causing some of the performance issues? So what I want you to do as you're listening to this and asking, okay, so Teresa, what am I supposed to be doing then when I'm holding someone accountable, when I'm having a difficult conversation, is I want you to think about empathy first, assertiveness second. That's the framework. Lead with those soft front skills of asking someone, what's going on? How is that impacting you? Tell me more. What else? How are you trying to get to the end result? What seems to be getting in your way? How are you handling those things that are getting in your way? Empathy first. Seek to understand really the full picture of what's going on for the other individual. And then bridge your way towards assertiveness. The bridging is asking more and more specific questions that ask the individual to balance two things that you know are necessary. As you are approaching and dealing with these barriers, how are you accommodating for the timeline that things are due in? When you knew you weren't going to hit the deadline, what prevented you from reaching out to talk to me about it? Those kinds of questions are tactical empathy-based questions that assist with the assertiveness side and gets you over that hurdle where performance issues don't recur anymore, that you're not having the same conversation over and over and over again. See, it's never going to be the framework that you use for accountability or performance management or a difficult conversation, that acronym that you're trying to master. It's never going to be about that. It's going to be about your ability to execute in the balance of empathy and assertiveness. And what enables that is your own ability to manage your emotions within the conversation.